Welcome to the Whiskey Vault. The land of correct pronunciation. Because that's the only thing we care about. And Rex is mute.
What?
We're drinking Knappogue Castle, otherwise known as
Knappogue.
because we are sticklers for pronunciation.
Yeah.
If you've watched this show, you know if there's one thing we care about above all else, it is correct pronunciation of things.
So Knappogue Castle is based on an anime. And yeah, Knappogue Castle.
Knappogue Castle?
The anime.
It's an actual castle, just so you know, in Ireland.
Yep. And it's been rated as over level 9,000.
All right, so here's why I like this. So an American started this brand, and that's not why I like it. What I like it is because what he did.
Right.
Right. What he did was he showed up in 1966.
Why did I remember?
They bought a castle. Because you can do that. By the way, I've found at least a dozen castles. If you ever want to move to Scotland or Ireland, we could just move there and buy a castle.
So...
Now you have to maintain the castle.
Wait, so do we own the castle?
Yeah, we own it.
If I own some shit, I'm not maintaining it.
Yeah.
How much is a castle?
We could get a decent castle for under $1 million.
The castle of the magnificent best.
I think we need a castle.
Yes.
So he showed up.
And so I almost said we could have the official Magnificent Bastards brothel. That wasn't the word I was looking for, though.
Yeah.
Like,
whoa.
Is it not a hostel either?
No.
No, Magnificent Bastard, like a
bed and breakfast.
Yes. Definitely not a brothel.
Because all bed and breakfasts just start with Magnificent Bastards.
I won't put you out on the corner.
We'll have doilies on all the tables.
I won't put you on the corner of the moat.
Yeah.
At our castle.
Okay, so here's the cool thing. This guy shows up. He buys a castle. They start renovating it. He starts collecting barrels of rare Irish whiskey that he's selected. He then bottles them and gives them as gifts to friends. He became so known for his good taste in rare whiskeys, he decided to start making it an actual thing where they bottled and sold whiskeys under the name Knappogue Castle. Now,
Knappogue.
They're not making their own whiskey. From what I've researched, it's currently being made by Cooley.
What is this?
Cooley Distillery.
Okay.
And like Connemara is Cooley Distillery, right? Or Kilbeggan. I think that's all Cooley. Man, if I'm wrong about that, I'm sorry. I was going off the top of my head.
This is sweet on the nose. This is not an aggressive whiskey at all.
Yeah. What he focused on was a distillery that closed in the 50s, and he used to try to get all of their barrels in great single releases. Right. And it was just a thing that he did.
His hobby was collecting.
The castle got purchased, now it's a wedding venue.
Of course.
Because everyone wants to get married. Everyone wants to be a princess, get married in a castle.
That's how I was married. Did you ever see Princess Bride?
Hell yes.
It's a documentary about my life.
Oh, okay. So you're the princess. Who rescued you?
The guy with the lisp. So on the nose, sweet. I'm getting not just one note on the nose here. What's going on?
Well, there's a little bit of pepper notes in there. And usually I only get in Irish that sort of biscuity note, but this is good. So this is 12-year-old single malt. And by the way,
sweet
single malt in beard hair. The single malt in Ireland. Gag. Single malt in Ireland means similar to what it means in Scotland, which is one distillery and all barley. Now, it doesn't mean all malted barley. It can also have some unmalted, although...
I feel like I have to check my glasses.
Yeah.
Beard hair now.
Yeah. And we can't know. There's no telling whose it was.
It's just a face.
It does. Does have the same basic texture.
Why do people watch our show?
I don't know.
Why are you here?
Okay, so now this is
ridiculous.
owned by Castle Brands.
Knappogue Castle.
But Mark Andrew's name is still on the bottle.
Odin.
His son is doing it now.
So you're getting arm hair in my glass now. You're just determined.
Arm hair does not fall off at the same level that beard hair falls off.
To get some form of
That's how I roll, baby. That's how I roll.
So, Odin Gyrde.
Odin.
I'm just going with Odin.
Whoa.
Because Odin.
Odin.
So I found this channel about an hour and a half ago, and I couldn't be happier. Thank you, Odin.
Mm-hmm.
I happen to have a bottle of Macallan and have had about 3/4 of it since I started watching.
Easy, Tiger.
Slippery slope there, buddy. Slippery slope. I have a lot of catching up to do since you guys are still putting out videos, but I'm definitely excited about it, so keep up the good work. I hope to one day have tried all of these different whiskeys. Pace yourself, but thank you for watching.
Yeah, keep in mind, people watch these videos, and if you drink every day with us shooting these videos, you drink more than we drink.
Yeah.
Because we do this all at once in about an hour, hour and a half.
Yeah.
And both of us will go multiple days in the week without drinking anything at all.
We're batch shooting the videos.
Yeah, so keep in mind, we're not encouraging that you get trashed every single day on whiskey.
Well, and that's one of the things that we'll figure out, I think maybe after the first of the year. One of the things I want to do.
Well, because that's a good time for, what do they call those?
Just
New Year's resolutions.
But basically, it's like, hey, just a little maintenance, a little check-in, make sure that we're not developing a chronic issue in your life.
Yeah, we don't want to be part of that.
No, how to recognize it, just to make sure something's not becoming a problem.
Yeah.
Not, heavy-handed or...
So there may be a week...
Not heavy-handed or preachy, but just practical tips.
Yeah, there may be a week where we do something a little bit different than normal.
Yeah. All right. Odin, hell of a name, man.
Yeah,
changing my name to Odin.
By the way, on the taste on this, it tastes exactly like it smells. Which is this sort of sweet biscuity, but with a little hint of peppery notes.
Oh, that's just real good.
Yeah, that's friendly, man. That's super friendly.
So
do not run from Knappogue Castle, and it's not that expensive.
Apple honey biscuits. Apple,
in that order?
Apple, yes, apple.
No, first thing to present. Dominant flavor profile first, followed in lesser degrees, like the ingredients on the back of a recipe.
Apple biscuits honey, then.
Okay, apple first?
Apple
really?
first for me.
See, I would say biscuits apple honey.
Sweet red apple.
Oh, no, I would say biscuits honey apple.
Oh, no, you're talking out of your ass here.
Biscuits honey apple.
Son of a bitch.
That's full,
That's full of Jim Carrey. Man.
Yeah, it's full of Jim Carrey all of a sudden. Yeah, I get all biscuits first. And apple is the aftertaste.
So,
it's all the citrus parts of the apple, too. Not the sweet parts.
Thin mouthfeel, even though I hate saying mouthfeel, but not thin on taste.
No. Yep. But it does feel...
It feels thin.
Thin.
Yeah.
Not heavy oil.
Tim Burke. Talking about the Dalmore. I like the 15, but I'm a super noob. I thought the 12 was more complex... with a longer taste, if that's a thing. Yeah, some will just continue to stay with you. It's more oily is kind of the shorthand word we use. If something's really oily, it stays with you a long time.
Yeah, it lingers.
It lingers. I like both very much. If I were to generalize, both of them seem to be more sweet and fruity than, say, something like the classic Lottie Isla.
Well, definitely more sweet and fruity than Lottie. I mean, good God.
Which I'm sure is a big no duh for those with experience.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, you don't need to bust his balls.
Yeah, he knows. He did it himself.
He knows. Yeah. He knows. Tim Burke. So, for not only whiskey science,
right,
but also the people.
The people.
We need to pull out a little bit of the 12.
I can't do the people like
the 12 and the 15. Dalmore 12, Dalmore 15.
So,
Dalmore 12,
here's
Dalmore 15.
Here's what I will say. The reason I like this comment is because you need to understand that we have a firm belief that the best whiskey does not necessarily equal older whiskey. In my experience with most whiskey, very often, I don't think we have the 15.
You don't have the 15!
Oh, we do have the 15.
There's the 15.
Most whiskey distilleries, some of my favorites across the border are between 10 and 15. And you get to the 20s, it gets too smooth, too pretty. So I think often 10 to 12 is a magic spot for a distillery to show you what they're really capable of. And then everything else is a variation of that distillery.
This is an unopened...
So don't go ever thinking that older equals better.
An unopened 15.
Yeah. So there's the 12. And remember, these have color added.
Raisins.
Yeah, this is fruitcake.
Raisins, walnuts. Oh, there's the fruitcake. A little bit of dried cherries. How much more is the 15 than 12?
A lot.
Go for the 12.
Yeah, all day long.
Yeah. Not nearly enough difference to warrant the extra price that I think 15 would.
Yeah, it's actually really. I mean, look how dark that is.
Yeah, so much coloring.
Yeah.
So, by the way, for people, there's a lot of new people. The color E1's
E150 lowercase a,
and it's
a caramel coloring.
Well, it's a scandalous topic in the world of whiskey.
It's legally allowed in Ireland and Scotland. It's illegal in the U.S. for any of the dominant categories.
Why would people?
You can add it into things like blended whiskeys and things like that. You can't add it in anything that's rye, bourbon. That's got a category, a malt whiskey.
Why would anybody add coloring?
Marketing. The perception of the customer is that darker equals older.
Yeah. Which
I actually have a Dalmore 15 from the exclusive cask release in my office.
Yeah. With no color.
Is the same color as this Knappogue 12.
Yeah.
That's what Dalmore 15 looks like.
So
look at that.
Wait a minute.
That's how much coloring is added to Dalmore 15.
The one that's in your office.
It's a 15-year-old.
You son of a.
Yeah.
You get that shit out right now. No, this is what we're doing.
Dad brought it.
No, we're comparing.
No, Dad brought it. I can't just go rip that one off.
I will call him and tell him I don't have his number actually.
Yeah.
So I have no way to contact. So one day that can be the episode.
Well, we can review a Dalmore 15, which we haven't done yet.
That can be the episode where he's in the vault.
Oh yeah, sitting in the background.
So we are going to do a comparison because I have always wondered, what does the E150 do to a Dalmore? It's like, well, shit, there's no way to know unless you have the colored Dalmore in the same year of an uncolored Dalmore.
Which we have.
So we will do that comparison.
Now, Jimmy Leg, try the Dalmore exclusive Cask 15 with none of the shit you hate about Dalmore, and tell me if you still have despise the whiskey, or if the flavor's interesting.
Mr. Modded to Hell. What are you modding?
I don't know. Whatever it is, it's to hell.
To hell. I just got Angel's Envy last night, and I smelled something so familiar. Weird in a second. I finally nailed it, and it's caterpillars. How do caterpillars have a smell?
Well, okay, so I'll tell you, actually.
It's weird as hell that kind of like ants have a smell. What? Are you getting your nose in some... I don't smell... Like, I have very little to no bug smell experience.
No, here's... And this
ants
is one that
have a
like
smell, so do caterpillars. Just tell me I'm not crazy, thank you, and side note, I enjoyed it regardless of the weirdness.
So remember, smells are all contextual.
What kind of modding life are you living where you're exposed to bug smells?
No, I'm going to give an example of this for me. Are you ready?
Yeah.
There is a whiskey that I, for the life of me, cannot remember right now, but I will find it. Where one day on my back deck, so in Texas in the summer, if you sit outside and you have a light on, there's somewhere around 8,000 bugs flying around you. Right, on any given moment. If you're sitting anywhere within distance to a light, you're just this cloud of random bugs. And so I'll be sitting on my back deck drinking a whiskey with a cloud of random bugs flying around, and about every 5 minutes one will land on me, and I'll kill it. Whack, right? Now, one time I did that to a stink bug.
No, they have a smell.
They have a smell. I killed it, and then I went, that was a stink bug. And then immediately I got notes of the stink bug in the whiskey I was drinking, which was a budget bourbon. And I went, for the rest of my life, when I pick up that bourbon, I think, notes of stink bug. Because there were similar overly sweet sort of perfumey notes. Right. That were sort of waxy, and so I get it. Okay. Smell is weird and contextual.
Sure.
Doesn't make you not crazy, though.
You're crazy, bro. But we're glad to have you anyways.
All right, here's to fighting, stealing, and drinking.
If you fight, may you fight for a friend.
If you steal, may you steal a lover's heart.
If you drink, may you drink with us. Hey, thanks for hanging out with us in the Whiskey Vault. Don't forget to throw in a like, hit that subscribe button on the bottom right, and drop a question or comment down below.